Mr. Roberts.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman and Madam Secretary. Let me echo the sentiments of many members to thank you for the job that you're doing. During your confirmation hearing, we talked a lot about the Affordable Health Care Act's Independent Payment Advisory Board. The acronym is IPAB. Sort of reminds me of pablum that people don't want to eat. So anyway, IPAB. You said, and I'll paraphrase here, that you are hopeful IPAB never needs to be used. It can only be triggered, and in the window when you will serve as Secretary, your estimate said it will never be activated. You are hopeful that we can make sure that IPAB never gets triggered, and we all agree. But here we are again with a budget request where you're acting to expand this authority to find savings. How can you explain how you went from hoping it never had to be used to now doubling down on IPAB and expanding the savings it must find?
With regard to what we are trying to do is get to the core of what IPAB was about, which is making sure that we can work together to continue to keep the costs in Medicare and in the entitlement space. And we're working to do that with our proposals. We've seen just in the period from 2010, our Medicare spending is $116 billion below what it was predicted to be, and on a go-forward basis, that's why we have the proposals in our budget, to keep moving that out. The proposals that we have in our budget extend the life of the trust by 5 years, and our objective is to actually put specific policies that will continue to move out that time frame, and we're hopeful that we can work with the Congress to get those policies enacted to continue the entitlement savings. We have some from the last years in terms of what we're seeing, but we want to continue on a path to tight and contained growth with regard to that spending. Well,
I think everybody wants to contain the growth, but I don't want rationing. And I'm very worried about the Independent Payment Advisory Board, the CMS Innovation Center, the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force, and the Patient-Centered Outcomes Research Institute, all well-intended. I have labeled them the 4 horsemen of regulatory apocalypse because of all the rationing. Now,